Snapdragon Stadium for the 2024 Women's Gold Cup final tonight in San Diego. It's Brazil against the United States. Hello everyone, alongside Jamie Watson, I'm Maura Sheridan. Thank you so much for joining us here today. A lot better weather than the semifinal, at least for the United States. 65 degrees, and it looks clear skies to go for the rest of the night. Of course, we will crown a champion in roughly 2 hours as we take a look at the road to get here to the final for the United States. Faltered a little bit against ready to go at Snapdragon. Brazil and the United States going head-to-head. Of course, these two teams have played each other about 39 times. 31 wins for the United States, 5 draws, and 3 wins for Brazil. So the United States has handled this series in the past, but things can change. It was the She Believes Cup. And we take a look at the trophy.
Fans, it's now time to welcome to the field the 2024 Concacaf W Gold Cup Winners Trophy, presented by your San Diego Waves president and 2-time FIFA Women's World Cup champion, Jill Ellis, and future women's football star,
So as you heard, the trophy presentation, Jill Ellis, of course, is the president of the San Diego Wave. They play it here at Snapdragon, but also coached the U.S. women's national team in the past. All the success the U.S. has had.
Concacaf W Gold Cup anthem, performed by Sofia Castro, Fiamma, Alexis Gomez, and Piti Sion. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much. Gracias.
Well, the Gold Cup anthem, and now we're going to see both the United States and Brazil walk out onto the pitch. We will have national anthems from both sides. Well, you see the trophies ready to go for either Brazil or the United States.
Let's welcome
We talk about how pretty it is, Mara, that gold finish. Gorgeous. Somebody will be drinking out of that after this match.
And here come both the United States and Brazil. See Alex Morgan, Davinia, stars in this match. Here in San Diego, Snapdragon Stadium. These two teams will play in just a couple of weeks at the She Believes Cup, and of course these are both Olympic squads as well. So very important, but both looking for some hardware in the Concacaf W Gold Cup. So US and Brazil, and now we will pause for those national anthems.
Please rise for the national anthem of Brazil. Please remain standing for the national anthem of USA.
Just about ready to go. Brazil and the United States gearing up for the final Concacaf W Gold Cup. Well, we'll take a look at the starting 11s where both sides introduce you to our officials, and then kickoff here in San Diego. Mentioned that these teams have played 39 times. They've actually met in 4 finals, or this will be the 4th final as we take a look at the starting 11 for the United States.
That's right, Mara. They've come out in the last 2 times a 4-2-3-1. They will do so again. There's 2 changes to the lineup. Lavelle and Dunn in. Neiswanger and Shaw out from the last match. Alyssa Naeher in goal, still wearing that cape. Alex Morgan with her 123 goals up top. And then, of course, your captain, Lindsey Horan.
So the United States opting for a little bit of veteran leadership as opposed to some of the young stars that we were seeing in earlier rounds. Of course, they had Jaden Shaw starting in that match, and she has been a superstar in that last game against Canada. And Jenna Neiswanger as well had a goal against Colombia. Both those players are out, as you mentioned, but assume we might see one or either over the course of this game. Donerato and Horan, the 2 captains today, do the coin toss. Borjas is our center referee out of Honduras. Now the United States wearing all blue kits, and then you see Brazil in the classic yellow and green. This is our VAR room. Guzman Parchment will head things up. Now, VAR has come into play in every match so far. It's been very important to get things right. Now, Brazil and its starting 11.
That's right, for head coach Arthur Elias, they have been steady with their 3-4-3 formation. 3 changes tonight for Elias. Thais, Nunez, and Portillo in. Goalkeeper Luciana, the 36-year-old, hasn't really been tested. Number 6, Yasmin, is pretty hot. 2 goals so far in this tournament. And then number 10, Bia Zanerato, the captain, has had 2 goals, 2 assists, the leading point getter, and she has been outstanding.
Well, you mentioned that Luciana hasn't been tested. This will probably be her biggest test so far. Just 2 saves against Argentina and 1 save against Mexico. However, going into this match, some news that Rafaeli is out. Rafaeli, of course, a massive center back for Brazil, often the captain for this side, and she has sustained a foot injury, so she is not available to play. Take a look at both coaches, Artur Elias and Twyla Kilgore on the United States side. USA has won the previous 3 meetings in a final by a 1-goal margin. So a lot of history for these 2 countries on a national stage. Of course, these are 2 of the best women's soccer countries in the world, and they will battle out tonight in the Concacaf W Gold Cup final. Alex Morgan will start with possession for the United States. As I mentioned, mixing things up a little bit with these blue kits. See if it gives them any luck. Luciana, some final words, and the countdown begins.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We are underway. Alex Morgan and company will start things off, the United States and Brazil. Emily Fox driving up that right flank. She has been the right back for virtually every game in this Gold Cup journey for the U.S. Elias took over in 2023 for Brazil after what was a disappointing run in the World Cup. The United States knows a lot about that, and both of these teams trying to flip the script.
And so far, so good, Mara, actually resetting after the disappointing World Cups for both sides.
That was going to hop off for Trinity Rodman, touches off of Thais. Just a throw in for the United States, already in the attacking third, though. Not even a minute in. Morgan goes down, looks to draw a foul, and she won't. Will be a goal kick for Brazil. Well, last time these 2 teams met in a final was 2008, and it was the Olympic final. Carly Lloyd scored in extra time for the United States to win that. They also met in an Olympic final in 2004 in Athens. 2-1 win. Abby Wambach had a goal. A game winner, actually, for the United States as well. Bit of pressure there for Rodman and company. Lavelle on the wing today. Bit of a different look. Davidson swipes and sends it back to Alyssa Naeher. It's Davidson and Gurma. That's the pairing for the United States as the two center backs tonight.
It's strange to see the ball actually moving, Mara, since the splish-splash game. It's wonderful to see, actually.
See Twyla Kilgore, interim head coach for the United States, waiting for Emma Hayes to finish out her Chelsea season before she can join the U.S. But yes, that semifinal against Canada, really bad weather, lots of puddles. At halftime, they had to try to take care of that. But it was very difficult to get into a groove for both Canada and the United States. Obviously ended in a 2-2 draw. Then they went to penalties, and Alyssa Naeher was a hero.
It had everything, didn't it? Everything you want to see in a competitive match. I'm hoping tonight will provide the same.
Now the U.S. took an early lead, and then Jordan Huitema tied it up in the 82nd minute. But Jaden Shaw, who we're not seeing in the starting 11 for the United States, was the one to put the U.S. up early. I really have no doubt that unless things are completely comfortable for the U.S. in this game, we will see Jaden Shaw in the second half. This kick from Alyssa Naeher, up to Rodman. Rodman's been so dangerous up that right side over the course of the Gold Cup. Fox trying to slide it through, and it bounces off the defense of Nunes. Yasmin through the middle. Back with Fox, she spins. Zanerato on her back and takes it away for Brazil. We're gonna send it through the middle, doesn't quite get there. Duda, little mistimed. And here comes Rodman Horan, the captain today, being pulled back by Nunes, and we're gonna get a foul. Oh, pretty obvious one there. Nunes will be key for Brazil today. 26 years old, has 2 goals. They have 11 different goal scorers in the Gold Cup, Brazil does, which makes them quite dangerous. So many different weapons, and of course a lot will come in off the bench as well. Gayse has 2 goals. Dabinia, always a threat.
Really a loaded, talented roster is this Brazil side, and 22 of the 23 players have gotten on the pitch, and they have good energy, and they've been playing like it.
Zanerato poked away. Corbin Albert, just 20 years old, starting in a final. Youngest player to start in a final in 30 years for the United States. Chipped over the top. Here comes Brazil in the box, and it slips to Naeher. Not the cross that Brazil would want. Rodman settles. Punched away again by Brazil. Gurma, always so steady defensively, right into Zanerato. Zanerato, 2 goals against Argentina in the quarterfinal game. Really had a pair of pretty lopsided games to get here, Brazil. Nunes, heavy touch. I was looking for the volley there, perhaps. There's a big shot from outside, and it's over the crossbar. Well, Antonia's hit that, and she did against Mexico.
Certainly a brave and bold shot from this distance. Not going to beat Naeher from there, not with the cape she's been wearing of late. But how about that right-footed strike here, Mara, when Antonia scored with the left foot in the last game. Just multi-talented.
From Naeher up to the midfield. Rodman corrals and then goes looking for Horan, and it's too far ahead. Luciana will keep now for Brazil. She always plays it out from the back and can be a little dangerous with that at times, but of course Brazil trying to draw this United States team in.
Just think that most of those balls, Mar, have to be at Horan's feet. She's not that fleet of foot to constantly run onto balls, unlike Rodman, who is.
Morgan with some pressure. Beat there defensively. Brazil wants to go. Zanerato turns and has a lot of space to operate. Yasmin's making a run. Zanerato takes it herself. Bounces off of Girma. Always in the right place for the United States, and it's cleared out. Brazil thinks it went into Morgan's hands. Antonia is just going to keep on playing. Dished off, put on a cross, no shot yet. Nunes looking, and Naeher will dive on it. Well, the pace has picked up in the last couple of minutes. Brazil on the attack now. Zanerato trapped. Duda slices it to the opposite side, and it's hit a little too far for Adriana.
More, both teams like to high press. You're seeing it, the U.S. high pressing on Brazil, and then Brazil has the technical ability to break lines, and then you see the U.S. chasing back, and Brazil on the other end also likes to high press.
Portillo, it's Gabi done at left back today. Well, it's nice for the U.S. that they have some options there with Naeher having such a good tournament, and of course Crystal Dunn is always so steady. She has not played in the last 2 games for the U.S., but has 142 caps and 24 goals with the U.S. women's national team. Zanerato again pokes it to Nunes. Tries to dribble through Davidson, and now we'll get a whistle, so a good spot for a free kick. Brazil on the advantage now.
It's the replay. And Davidson does indeed kick her in the shin, no ball around, so foul called.
Nunes slow to get up, and there he gets ready in net. Zanerato, Yasmin, and Duda surround. We'll see who ultimately takes this. Lavelle is behind. Well, a good chance early for Brazil to take the lead. All right, here we go. Crowd getting loud at Snapdragon on a free kick. Duda takes it herself, and somehow that's off. That looked like that was in for Brazil.
Oh, the whole time I thought it was going to be Zanerato. No, it's Duda. Look at that. I mean, that is a yard. Gorgeous set piece, curling. Hits the outside of the side netting. Arthur Elias thought it was in too.
Very, very close for Brazil, and let that be a warning to the United States. Another dangerous area free kick, and that's probably going in from Duda. Of course, Brazil known for all the technical players that they have, so good on the ball. Everyone has such an impressive skill set on this roster. Looks like Morgan is tying her boot right now for the United States. Portillo, Adriana into the box, and it's blocked down by Davidson, but it will be a set piece opportunity. Oh, it looks like it actually ricocheted off of Brazil, and so a goal kick is coming. Now, the United States has had to weather the storm in the last couple of minutes. Brazil has been on the attack. Well, there's that press working out again. Girma having some trouble. The United States did have trouble with the press against Mexico in their lone loss in the Gold Cup. 2-0 was the final, and it was surprising, a group stage loss for the United States. I don't think many people thought that would happen. They were favored pretty heavily going in. The United States has bounced back, though, from that loss, of course, with a 3-0 victory against Colombia in the quarterfinal. And then that Canada win earlier this week. Now possession still with Brazil. Tarciani just retreats. Again, bringing Alex Morgan and company in.
You see that back three clearly, and no Rafaele. You just wonder how that's going to impact the Brazilian defense and Luciana and the communication.
Albert gives it back to Brazil. Adriana off of Albert. Heavy for Morgan, fights for it. And a foul against Horan. Drawn by Duda Santos, who does have a goal in the Concacaf Gold Cup. As I said, the quality was always there for Brazil. It was just about finishing the chances created. But after that 5-0 victory against Panama in the group stage, it's been smooth sailing offensively for Brazil.
Yeah, they've definitely been trending upward.
Of course, exited in the group stage, and so there was a bit of an upheaval. And just like the United States, Brazil is trying to find its way without some of its stars. Marta has been a staple, and she is not on this roster. Too far ahead of Trinity Rodman. Might be offside anyway. Tarciani's just going to box out Rodman, and there's that whistle.
See the replay here, more pretty clear and obvious to all of us. So it's Tarcian, the youngster, replacing Rafael.
Yeah, Tarciani's just 20 years old. Just had a handful of caps going into this experience, but was a real superstar on the U20 World Cup team for Brazil. It's poked away. Here comes Alex Morgan. Takes a shot, and it's stopped there. Antonia steps too, and Morgan couldn't get a clean look. Well, the U.S. having trouble connecting so far, especially in that final third. That's what made them so threatening in these first two, as Naeher nearly gives it away, hesitates. Here's a chance for Nunez, shoots, and it's off the mark.
Watch the replay here. Naeher just a little late in delivering this, and once again, we see the high press from Brazil, and Nunez doesn't take much time to shoot a rocket right over the crossbar.
Yasmin. Nunez off of Coffee. Girma nearly muscled away. Yasmin on her back, and she wins out. Fox. That one off of Morgan. Like I said, just trouble getting that third pass in a sequence for the United States. Can't really build. Adriana. A lot of players for Brazil used to playing at Snapdragon, because there's 7 players that play in the NWSL on this roster, so they're also very familiar with most of these United States rosters. Some are even teammates. Lavelle. From Albert, Lavelle sprints 2. Tarciani will shade her. And a bit of a push after the fact. Lavelle frustrated. Rojas with some words for Lavelle. We'll see exactly what happened. It was kind of hard to see through the sun.
This is your typical shepherding, obstructing, legal, and Lavelle was just saying, I have as much right to that space as they do.
Nice job by Coffey. Fox, Horan in the box, and runs out of space. Better for the United States.
Indeed, much better. Some incisive attacking here. That was 3 passes, like you were saying, consecutive, and Horan just not as speedy, able to catch up to it.
Well, it's tough for Brazil because this is essentially a home game for the United States, and that's the nature of hosting Concacaf W Gold Cup. Is the U.S. does have that slight advantage. Did see some Brazil fans sprinkled throughout, but largely United States fans here today. And now it's Brazil having trouble connecting. Fox looking for Coffey. Now she has it. Sam Coffey, 25 years old, spent at the 6 for the United States and really played herself into a staple in the starting 11 very quickly.
The Portland Thorn Star has been excellent, as you say.
This is only cap number 13 for Coffey. Duda Santos. Thais Luciana. Again, playing it out from the back for Brazil. Dunn helps out, earns it back for the U.S. Lavelle takes on 2 defenders. A little too fancy with that. Over the top, Rodman will get there first. To be fair to the United States, we're talking about them having trouble connecting. No one is connecting particularly well. And that's, I think, on some of the defensive pressure that we're seeing from both sides. As Coffey gets ripped down. Ooh, it's going to go against Coffey, the foul. Zanerato is the one to draw. See this again.
So, yeah, a little bit of clip on the back of the calf of Zanerato.
Well, we've seen what Duda can do on these set pieces. This one from farther out, but I imagine this is going towards the back post.
You see the high line, and so the goalkeeper has all this space to make that decision about whether to come out or not.
Alyssa Naeher tends to be pretty aggressive. It's what has led to all the success that she's had with the U.S. Of course, 2 World Cup wins in net for the United States. From Duda towards that back post, headed out by Gurma. Read nicely by the U.S. Didn't have as much pace and power as Brazil would have wanted. Well, we've seen one blazing shot from Antonia over the crossbar for Brazil. Nothing much from either side, though, in terms of testing the keepers. Antonia. Adriana, one touch. Heel pass. And not enough juice on that one. Portillo trying to connect with Adriana. Plays for the Orlando Pride in the NWSL. Off of Dunn. Duda. A little congested on that right side. Now they create some space. Tarsiani. Nunes skims off her head. Portillo takes a shot, and it's just over the crossbar.
Beautiful touch pass here, and onside. Just gets it over the crossbar, but Portillo had that assist to Yasmin. She is playing well, gets the start, in fact, tonight.
Thais. Duda Santos, intercepted by Fox. Horan squares to net, uses Morgan, who now spins, cuts it back to her right side. Edge of the box, Rodman up in the air, and it's over Lavelle. Off of Antonia for Brazil.
Always a great idea to get the ball out wide to Rodman. She played that bar far post to Lavelle, and Antonia just getting ahead on it.
This will be a corner kick for the United States. First one we've seen for the U.S. today. Albert on that back post sits from Lavelle. Off the delivery. Middle of the 6-0 there. Up from Davidson on that second ball. Still in the air. Morgan fighting for it. Dunn sends it down, and a big clearance now from Brazil. We'll see if they can transition. Not really. Coffee, Rodman, Albert through the middle. Now Fox, the right back, centers and is taken down, no call. Antonia, Adriana for Brazil, up the right flank, Portillo in the 18, looks to cut it back, unsuccessful. Davidson shades her nicely. On the right wing now. Goes to work, still being guarded very tightly by Davidson. Pushed back into that corner, and now we'll get a whistle. Davidson did so well till the bitter end.
The good 1v1 battle here. Portillo against Davidson, who clips her on the back of the leg, and Brazil goes down and draws that foul.
So essentially a short corner for Brazil. Has had more set pieces in the United States and more threatening looks in the United States in the opening 25 minutes of this match. Yasmin will take it. You see the U.S. has significantly more fouls than Brazil in the opening 25. Tarciani, Morgan. Horan surrounds as well, just getting in the mix there. Tarciani's definitely a target on these. Has the height to head it home for Brazil. She had a bicycle kick in the U20 World Cup 2022. Went pretty viral. It was an outstanding goal. From Yasmin, near post, bounces off a couple of bodies. Duda has a chance to fire, and it's way wide.
The always dangerous second ball. Yasmin plays a low-driven ball in there, and Duda is ready and fires just wide right.
Well, it's definitely filled up at Snapdragon. I love their football here in San Diego. Coffee collides and gets called for a foul. Borjas explaining to Coffee, we'll see. Just late on that one.
Yeah, and steps, you know, cleats are on the top of the foot, and easy for the referee to see. She was right there.
As we said, Coffee assumed the role of the 6 for the United States. Andy Sullivan is not on this roster, so they trust Coffee. They've used Emily Sonnet before, but it's really been her tournament.
Yeah, youth is being served for sure. The 25-year-old has played well.
Horan draws a foul for the U.S. Horan hit her PK against Canada. Also had a penalty that she made against Colombia to put the United States up 1-0. So she's been pretty sound as per usual for the United States. Well, it's going to stay with the U.S. I think it's important to have the likes of Horan, Lavelle to usher in this new class. Like Girma, doesn't play like she's so young, but she is. Girma's only 23. The touch from Albert to Lavelle. Leaves it for Dunn. Off to the races. Here comes the U.S. Puts on a cross, and it's blocked there. Antonia reads. Into the crowd, so we'll get a new ball. And now we have 2. Lavelle gonna throw it this time. Off the delivery over everyone for the U.S.'s head. It lands for Albert almost, but a good job by Nunez to get back in time. Portillo turns on the Jets. Girma heads it away. Nice stalls that build up for Brazil, that transition opportunity.
Such a smart play. Just gives the opportunity for the defense to reset.
Here's a chance for the U.S. off the miss. Morgan looking for Rodman, not on the same page. I don't think Rodman was aware that pass was coming to her. Tarsiani drives it. Fox tangled with Yasmin. Chipped over. Dunn stretches. Coffee. Now Girma through the air. Sails that one up for Horan. Always good on winning those aerial duels is Horan. Albert gets the touch. Here she comes. Morgan's an option. Pokes it ahead. Alex Morgan. Luciana beats her to it.
Oh, so close. Oh, so close. Albert plays a really delicate pass, but literally just about 12 inches too far. We talk about inch-perfect passes. This one just, and give credit to Luciana for coming off of her line at the right time.
Alex Morgan was not on this roster initially. She was called up the day before we started the Concacaf W Gold Cup. The official, of course, it was due to some very bad news for the U.S. Portillo looks to hop on an opportunity, and Naeher clears. The official tore her ACL in training for the United States, so they had to call Alex Morgan. And it seems like she has liked the challenge, perhaps. Is looking to play her way onto an Olympic roster spot. She has certainly had a good tournament, specifically against Colombia. Had a really good game, was involved in all 3 goals. Has been the starting 9 for the U.S. in these knockout games, which is just so impressive. I mean, I know she's Alex Morgan, but when you consider the fact that she was not initially on this roster.
Well said. 123 international goals for Alex Morgan. She is important.
Yasmin has a chance here, cuts it back. Davidson. Now Rodman. Almost away for the United States. Not out of the woods though. Zanerato swerves, left-footed strike, and it knocks into Coffey. Tace on the throw-in. Twyla Kilgore, as we mentioned, the interim for the United States. Emma Hayes will join shortly, but will only have 4 matches to prepare for the upcoming Olympics. Aaliyah's in a better place with Brazil, but they are also preparing. Will represent CONMEBOL with Colombia in the Olympics. Brazil will. And of course, for them, this is a Concacaf sanctioned tournament. They're looking to spoil the fun a little bit.
A loss to the U.S. on home soil would absolutely spoil the fun.
Girma. Some pressure, Naeher. And she'll just boot it out of trouble right in front of that U.S. bench.
It's a battle of the high presses, isn't it, Maura? I mean, it's really quite fascinating to watch.
It's made it disjointed at times for both of these teams, and we'll see what adjustments are made now that, you know, they've seen the press for over 30 minutes. Albert, Lavelle, Horan snakes through, gets knocked down by Nunez, no call. Off the left foot of Rodman into Tarsiani. United States trying to get organized defensively, and Horan trips Duda.
Once again on the fouls, clearly definitely a foul from behind on Horan. Agree with the call.
That has been a bit of a downfall for the United States. She's kind of late to these tackles in the opening 35-ish minutes. Duda Santos. From Tarsiani, up that right flank, and nobody there for Brazil. Naeher can control for the United States. About 10 minutes to go in this first half. No score yet between the U.S. and Brazil. Concacaf W Gold Cup final, so somebody is going to be crowned a champion. We've certainly seen some crazy games so far. This has been a very fun tournament for all teams involved. And here's Coffey. Lavelle dribbles right into the defense. Player down, it's Duda Santos for Brazil. Still down as the United States looks to possess, and now we'll get a whistle because it is just a little bit dangerous where she is.
Once again, just stepping on the boot, and yes, it does hurt. Unintentional by Coffey. And was not called a foul.
Santos still down for Brazil. Now Coffey's had a couple of those moments and perhaps got away with one there. It's tough. Brazil's a very shifty and dynamic team, and so takes a lot to keep up, especially in that midfield with what they do, and you need to stop them in the midfield because their buildup in the attacking third is often so lethal.
Yeah, that formation 3-4-3 more allows them to do exactly that, to build out of the midfield.
Santos is going to try to walk it off. This will just be a drop for the United States. They had possession when the whistle was blown. Well, credit to Brazil so far. It's tough when you lose a player like Rafaeli right before a match, and yet they've handled this very nicely defensively, doing a good job against the United States. Hasn't had a lot of room to operate. Dunn surveys, uses Lavelle. Morgan is an option, but Lavelle just tries to dribble up herself. Albert helps. Morgan, again, no space for the U.S. Horan makes a run on the left wing. And she gets that to knock off of the defense, Antonia. And it will be a corner kick for the U.S. United States looking to take the lead. Rose Lavelle on this corner. Horan, an option through the air. And we got a player down for the U.S. It looks like Horan. Holding her leg in pain. We'll see this moment.
Let's see a lot there.
Well, Duda Santos, who just went down herself, is back on the pitch. And of course, Borjas will have a conversation with Duda Santos, but looks like Coffee getting involved as well, and we'll redo this corner kick. From Lavelle, near post, header, Luciana has it. I think that went off a Brazilian player and nearly an own goal.
And it was Horan, actually got her head on it. Always looking for Horan, they are. And Luciana makes a nice save there.
Horan was falling down and somehow got a pretty quality look on net. Oh, we got 5 minutes to go in this first half. And again, no score between the United States and Brazil. Mentioned that Olympic final in 2008 in Beijing. That was a scoreless game as well. Went to extra time and Carly Lloyd had the game winner. A lot of history, these two countries, considering they don't play in the same federation.
The second most common opponent, in fact, right after Canada. So these two teams know each other very well.
Adriana. Nunez crashing in. Naeher just regroup for the United States. Alyssa Naeher now has 102 caps with the U.S. Hit 100 in that quarterfinal match against Colombia. Nunez drives forward. Albert bounces her back and slows. Coffee looks to help out. Nunez curls around. Couple of taps and Fox will just watch it go. Actually takes it herself. Didn't have enough power to go out of play. Fox plays for Arsenal. Showing off her speed there. Up to Rodman, who shows off her speed surely. And Tarsiani with a great tackle. Rodman, Fox hesitates. 1v1. And we'll do it again. Off Thais. Horan. For Rodman, back to Horan. Edge of the 18. Coffee. Looking for Lavelle, and it's past her. Transition chance now for Brazil. Portillo. Full speed ahead. Davidson touches it back to Brazil. And luckily for the United States, that one ends up with nobody. Otherwise, I think that was a good counter look for Brazil, one of the better ones we've seen. Just couldn't connect. Alex Morgan gets fouled. Tarsiani commits, and she disagrees. From Horan, chips it, Lavelle, sprints. Luciana's there. Germa doesn't mind the physicality. Albert lets it slide through to Dunn. And it's tackled away. Dunn. Brazil possession. Let's see if either the United States or Brazil can take the lead heading into the half. Davidson. Naeher skies towards the midfield. Lavelle battles, and so does Horan. Coffee, first two. Keeps on going. Rodman, right flank. Blazes forward. Stops, keeps it in. Thais defends for Brazil. Fox serves it up. Back post, looking for a header. Horan, yes! The United States leads. It's the captain.
You had a feeling that Horan was going to be an important piece of this puzzle. Always looking to her on the headers, and she does not miss. Absolutely buries it right back where it came from, side netting.
What a great ball into Horan as well. Beautiful finish. 34 goals for Lindsey Horan with the U.S.
Captain doing captain things.
For the U.S., that provides some comfort going into the break, and of course we actually only get 2 minutes of stoppage time, so we're nearing truly the end of this half, and it really ignites the crowd as well. Both all the trouble the United States has had with that press, they take the lead, and now they want more. Lavelle behind Morgan. Off her heel, Tarsiani tackles it away. Morgan fouls.
Alex Morgan not afraid to get physical, not one bit. Definitely fouls Tarsiani. Not
the end of the world for Brazil. See how they respond. Probably going to run out of time in this half. Maybe not. Zanerato punches it, looking for Nunez, bounces through, and it's cleared out by Dunn.
Zanerato taken down, no foul call, and they'll call that foul there on Nunez in the box. Free kick coming out for the U.S.
No, Alyssa Naeher all alone on this free kick. And there's the whistle to end the first half. Lindsey Horan has a lone goal. A header in stoppage time. And the United States is up 1-0 on Brazil after 45 minutes of play. Thoughts on this one so far, Jamie?
A stoppage time scorcher by Horan. I mean, incredible. But a great service by Fox. Now they have to build on this and take it to the finish to raise their 15th cup.
Well, it's been disjointed, as we said, and both teams, I think, feeling each other out. And seen some really strong defensive work on both sides, but Horan breaks through that. And the captain gives the United States some cushion after 45 minutes. But if we know Brazil, we know that they often are not held down. Of course, we mentioned the fact that they have won every match of the Concacaf W Gold Cup so far. I'm sure there's some adjustments coming in.
Only the second goal conceded. The U.S. has only had 3 shots more in this first half, and they converted on 1 while Brazil has had 6. So, you know, we shall see. I think the second half will be very interesting.
Well, competitive between the United States and Brazil in that first half. A lot on the line. Concacaf W Gold Cup final. This is it. Somebody is going home victorious after the match. And see just incredible crowd on hand at Snapdragon, and these are the stats. You mentioned the shots, and possession time's pretty even.
Yeah, I really thought so. I mean, I would give the edge to Brazil just by the nature of that they had more shots. But, you know, it's been a really tight competition, and I expect it will be in the second half as well.
Oh, a lot more fouls for the United States, something that they're probably going to have to get in check a little bit, because we know how dangerous Brazil can be on set pieces. Sophia Smith, we see a kit right there for her. She perhaps will come in for the United States in the second half as we take a look at the highlights from the first 45 minutes. Concacaf W Gold Cup. This is it, the championship game, and there's a trophy, what everyone's fighting for, Brazil and the United States. Ready to go from Snapdragon. This is the 4th final these two countries have played against each other, and it was Brazil with an early look.
Beautiful strike by Duda. This is Samba soccer at its best. They're so
If this doesn't pump you up in that final, I don't know what else can.
will face Brazil in the inaugural Women's Gold Cup final. Skipping it through, goal! And this could be it, Sophia Smith!
If this doesn't pump you up in that final, I don't know what else can.
Will face Brazil in the inaugural Women's Gold Cup final. Skipping it through, goal! And this could be it, Sophia Smith!
If this doesn't pump you up in that final, I don't know what else can. If this doesn't pump you up in that final, I don't know what else can.
Horan's header was beautiful, and it was a really good creation too. It started with Coffee in the midfield. We saw Fox and Trinity Rodman get involved, and it was a beautiful service from Fox that Rodman was able to head home. We do have a change to tell you about. Rose Lavelle is out, and Lynn Williams is in for the United States. A bit of a different look, Jamie.
Yeah, no question. I mean, I love Lynn Williams. I love her, not only her defensive ability, recovery, but her speed on the flanks. If you got Rodman on one side and Williams on the other, I mean, that is a speed combination right there that we've seen the success Rodman has had in this first half. Now double that.
Well, Williams was a sub against Canada as well. And she enters in a very big moment for the United States. We're underway in the second half. Brazil starting with possession. Searching for the equalizer. No subs yet for Brazil.
Substitution for USA. Number 16, Rosa Lavelle, is replaced by player number 6,
Oh, lots of love for Lynn Williams. Those two now teammates at Gotham in the NWSL. Fox. Dishes it off now, Williams. Looks ahead, puts on a cross. Off the heel of a defender, Fox still has it in the box. Now on that right wing, Williams, light touch, and Luciana will get a goal kick here for Brazil.
Yasmin putting the clamp on Lynn Williams there, who's a little bit better in space.
Rodman gets tangled up. And it will be a throw-in for, looks like, the United States. A little bit of confusion there. To Williams, off her head. And Brazil will just watch it go out. So Rodman playing on the left now. Williams on the right and Alex Morgan in the center. And Rodman's played the most minutes of anyone for the United States in the Concacaf W Gold Cup. Here's that pressure again from Morgan and company. Past Rodman. There's Antonia through the midfield. Nunes. Horan nearly rips it away. Now it's Williams showing off that speed. Looks ahead to Rodman. Nice ball. Opportunity for a cross. It's out on Antonia.
The Lynn Williams factor. We just talked about her defensive recovery. Brilliant.
Free kick, or excuse me, goal kick on the way for the United States. Corner kick. I just went through all of them except for the right one. It has been a long tournament for everyone involved. So we are in the final Concacaf W. Williams obviously looking for a little separation from the defense there. Luciana, the keeper, is ready to go for Brazil. Williams is a threat through the air for the United States. Here's Coffey on the corner kick. This one curls up back post. Luciana has it. The keeper takes off for Brazil. Looks like we had a player down right towards that back post. It's Horan. This is the second time she's gone down. Oh, the aftermath of that. It looked like it was Duda. Just probably wasn't paying attention. Rams right into Horan, takes her down.
I do think it was unintentional.
Horan perhaps blindsided by that moment. And it looks like the training staff is out to look at her arm.
Interesting more on that corner kick. You saw how far Luciana came out to grab that one. And on the Fox goal, Luciana probably should have come out and get that. Horan wasn't much off the 6-yard line to head it in. So Luciana being a little bit more aggressive on set pieces.
Horan is down, and the United States is going to use the opportunity to get hydrated. But Horan's still clutching that right shoulder, it looks like. Is going to walk off the pitch.
Pretty sure nothing's going to keep her from coming back onto the pitch. She is one tough cookie.
Well, for both of Brazil and the United States, they want to start 2024 with a win in a big final, set the tone for what's to come, and to really reset after what was a hard 2023 for both these countries, when you consider the expectations they always have. Now, for a lot of countries, going out in the knockout round of the World Cup is not that big of a deal, but for Brazil and for the United States, that's considered a failure.
It absolutely is. And Pia Sundhagen let go. Arthur Elias on the job for just 5 months. I'd say he's doing pretty darn well.
You can see Brazil going with some youth as well in this match. That one bounces off Davidson. Morgan down and no whistle. Slow to get up is Alex Morgan. From Thais. Dunn coming in for the header. No one has possession yet. Now it's Coffey dispossessed quickly. And finally some green for Williams. Thinks it hit Duda Santos's hand, but there's no call. Fox to the corner. Williams. Horan now back on the pitch. All the way up for Morgan. Luciana heads it away. The keeper was out to challenge.
Luciana, so brave, the 36-year-old keeper. She is all the way out with a diving header over the sideline. She has really yet to pay for, early exits from her line. She's made good decisions.
Given to Coffey. Fox. Williams. With the U.S. Well, possession just slightly in favor of Brazil. At the halftime break, shots in favor of Brazil as well. Albert turns through the middle, squares, and then finds Williams. Nice run by Horan. And it's just overshot there by Williams. Still muscles it back for the United States. Dishes it off. Williams to no one. Thought Horan was making a run, and she was not.
Can I go now?
Done. Unsuccessful there on the header. Takes Adriana down with her. Here's Adriana. Rodman racing to get back defensively. Morgan trips Antonia. Pretty obvious call there. And Morgan's going to get a yellow card. That's the first one we've seen in this match.
Good call. I don't disagree at all. Way late. And it's been getting a little chippy.
Par for the course in a game that means so much. As long as, our center official kind of keeps everybody in line, it's just something you expect in games like this, especially with the history and Gold Cup. It's so important for both the United States and Brazil. And we've seen kind of the spectacle made pre-game, and all the fans here today in for a good one so far. Fox, she has been a menace today. Albert showing off her skills, shifty in the midfield, just 20 years old. Taken back though by Brazil. Zanerato touches it behind. There's a shot and it ricochets off the back of Gurma. Nunes, decent chance there, couldn't make anything of it. Morgan's gotta be careful. She is playing on a yellow now. Antonia. Duda Santos. Tarciani fires from distance, and it crashes right in front of the stands. Well, Yaya is gonna come in for Brazil. Does have a goal. Scored in the quarterfinal against Argentina. Takes out Santos. Victoria Yaya, 24 years old. Well, that's the first change for Brazil.
One of the most dynamic young players, Maura, I've seen in this tournament, Yaya.
Coffee one-times it up to Morgan. Back is turned, Albert. Now Morgan looked to cut it across, and it's tackled back to her. Yaya comes up with it for Brazil. Past Albert she goes. Off Adriana, heavy touch, done, looks to collapse in. Adriana still almost gets across to go through. But it's on the side of the net. Alyssa Naeher for a goal kick.
We've seen those long strides of Audrey before, haven't we, with the Orlando Pride. She covers a lot of ground.
Well, Ari Borges, Debinha, some options for Brazil that could come in off the bench and maybe ignite this offense. Morgan, again, has to be cautious. There's a foul, and she is going to be lucky to perhaps walk away with no card. The extension there on a push. And Tarciani sold it, perhaps, but that is the name of the game, and a very stern warning to Alex Morgan, who just received a yellow card just a couple of minutes ago in the 55th minute, so 3 minutes later, she's playing with fire.
If I'm Twyla Kilgore, I'm thinking about a substitute.
I think that might be what's happening right now.
The 30,000 announced fans by Concacaf. A rousing applause for Alex Morgan.
Sophia Smith will enter the game for the United States. Alex Morgan, her day is done, and her Gold Cup is done as well. What a Gold Cup it was. And now it's Sophia Smith trying to become a new legend for the United States. Alex Morgan, of course, already cemented herself in the history books with the U.S. That's Sophia Smith, just 23 years old, and she'd been struggling a little bit, but she comes in against Canada as a sub, and of course, it's her goal that pushes the game to extra time. It was her 16th goal with the United States. She now has 44 caps with the U.S. And she also hit a PK against Canada. And for her, she was talking about it, Smith. It was such a hurdle because she had missed a PK in the World Cup. And so emotionally, just to step up first against Canada and make it, it meant a lot.
I love that she shared that with us.
Portillo. And Fox wants a grab there. Corner coming for Brazil. Great chance for an equalizer. We have half an hour to go between the United States and Brazil. From Duda, short pass. Flung back to her. Duda, cross, looking for Yaya. Not totally out. Chipped over, header, up, out from Rodman. And a whistle. Offside. And that could be a time-wasting call on Brazil, but it won't be. Because there's no football right now.
So now on that front line, you have Sophia Smith, Trinity Rodman, Lynn Williams. Now you're talking about some real speed, the ability to high press. And you were talking about Sophia Smith, 2022 NWSL MVP, 2023 Golden Boot winner. It's in her. She just needs to get it back.
Here's Smith, breaks free in the area, shoots, and a corner is coming. Well, that's the kind of speed that she can show.
I think she heard us. Good touch by Horan here, and a nice defensive block last minute.
Well, sometimes I think, too, for players on an international stage, there's so much pressure, but when you have a good game and it can bring you the confidence that it seems like it brought Smith, you can really take that further. And at such a young age, there's a lot to like about Sophia Smith. Another corner for the U.S. from Coffey. Horan can't rise for it. Davidson tries a second ball. Third opportunity, perhaps. Smith for Horan. Yaya clears. Now Brazil wants a counter. Portillo against Albert. Albert denies. And it will be Brazil possession. Oh, scratch that. It will be just a throw-in. Looks like Gacy is ready to come in for Brazil. She is very, very threatening offensively, and definitely a spark that you want. Yasmin Yaya. Defenders swarm for the United States. It's Gurma. Skies one up, looking for Smith. And back to the same spot, throw-in on the way. Well, fans looking on, eager to see the United States hold on. A stumble against Mexico, and they had to wait a long time to play their next game against Colombia. And so there was a lot of time for discussions about what's going to happen with the U.S. now. Has the United States truly gone all the way downhill? And they answer the call against Colombia with a 3-0 victory, go on to beat Canada, and they want to finish the job and prove those naysayers wrong. But they're going to have to fight through. Now Gacy and Brazil. So Nunes is off. Gacy has 2 goals in the Gold Cup. Will enter, plays for Man United in the Super League. Just a really dynamic finisher for Brazil. That's a second sub, by the way, for Brazil in this match. The United States has used 2 as well. Here's the goal in stoppage time, 45+2.
Captain Horan puts her team, the United States, up 1-0, and that's where we are now.
Duda. Tackle from Rodman. Antonia slices, and it sails over Yasmin's head. Yaya. Adriana swerves towards the middle. Horan tried to one-touch it up to Smith. Doesn't quite work out. Thais drives forward, looking for Gacy. She's got that physicality. Calls for it now. Adriana. And Dunn will disrupt. Another corner for Brazil. Short option. Portillo, missed tackle by Dunn. Back post. Rodman breaks up the header. Second ball. Gacy thought about a bicycle there. Zanerato off her left foot. Serves it up. Gurma heads it away. Adriana shoots, and it's wide. This is better for Brazil. They are certainly threatening at the moment. And we see two potential subs getting ready for the United States. It's Jaden Shaw and Midge Purse. Talk about more speed coming into this game.
It's exactly my thought at halftime. I was pondering, and certainly bring on Shaw, bring on Smith, and absolutely agree with Purse as well.
Brazil takes off. Adriana. Dunn. Right into Adriana. Keeps on blazing forward. Gets tripped. Another set piece for Brazil in a really dangerous area now.
Watch this replay, and you'll see it's a cute little restart, quick restart. And Adriana with the speed and just blocks it, and then gets fouled from behind by Dunn, who wasn't able to clear it.
Oh, relentless Adriana, and it pays off. About a 10-minute stretch where Brazil has had a lot of opportunity. They haven't really tested Naeher, though, within all those chances. From Yasmin off her left foot, Naeher punches. Actually, she's just gonna bring it in clean.
Naeher still wearing that cape from Canada. She knows that near post is right there, and she has it covered absolutely. Yasmin not sneaking that one by her.
Dunn, Horan, looks up, over the top. Williams turns on the Jets, keeps it in. On her feet, looks for a cutter, and she's got Horan. Stumbles a little bit, does the captain. Albert, Dunn. Davidson, nobody home.
But we're seeing some of that speed, aren't we? Lynn Williams catching up to that ball on the end line.
Changes for the United States. Sam Coffey is off. Mitch Purse is on. Jaden Shaw will also enter. And it's Trinity Rodman who will come off. So this is going to probably change things up in the midfield for the United States. I would imagine Albert plays back a little bit for the U.S. now that Coffey is off. Jaden Shaw, 9 caps with the U.S. and 6 goals. That's an unbelievable percentage. She is 19 years old. Here she is. Luciana covers in the nick of time.
I saw the one stat about her, Mara, the only teen in history to score in multiple knockout round games. The only other, Christine Lilly. Pretty good company.
Well, she scored in each of her 4 starts as well with the U.S.
Right here at home at Snapdragon Stadium in San Diego, the crowd loves it.
Well, she's very comfortable here. Plays with Alex Morgan. The San Diego Wave. Season starts next week. So they will be primed and ready to go. Bodies flying. Yaya comes up with it. Gaise picks up some speed. Tries to get around Dunn. And she fouls Dunn.
Crystal Dunn still getting it done. Does a nice job getting her body between the ball and the defender, draws that foul on Gaise, who is just a powerhouse.
Gaise, high on that one. Horan's goal in stoppage time, still the difference, stoppage time of the first half. Ever so slight lead though for the United States. They had this lead against Canada. Jordan Huitema in the 82nd minute pushed that game into extra time. So they would like some more cushion, I'm sure. Smith, Tarsiani, and it's a foul against Brazil. Has about a full foot on Sophia Smith, Tarsiani does.
But again, we see the substitute, Sophia Smith, comes on and does a brilliant job in getting this foul, even though it might not have been.
Albert. Free kick from the corner for the United States. Well, the PSG player will take this good opportunity for the United States to double the lead and really take control of this match. From Albert, curls it up, back post, looking for a header, and Brazil's all over that. Another ball in though. Shaw, missed header. That one lands to Williams and she doesn't get a shut off. Brazil looking to counter. Portillo, too heavy on that one, and Davidson tackles it right into her shins.
Watch this replay here. Tierna is tough. I'm telling you, what a terrific clinical slide tackle. Ball first.
Well, Davidson is 25. This is cap 55 with the U.S. women's national team. But she missed 2022 with an ACL tear, and so she wasn't really able to get back into form before the World Cup in 2023. But now it seems like they're kind of settling into a real potential pairing moving forward of Girma and Davidson.
I agree, and I think she's earned it.
Alana Cook is also an option for the United States, just not sure if she's going to be healthy in time for the Olympics. She picked up an injury in preseason training with the Seattle Reign. Gese fires. Great job by Dunn to break it up. Adriana was streaking towards that back post. Most certainly would have been a quality shot, if not a goal. All right, here comes some firepower. Bianchi and Dabinia are ready to go for Brazil. At first, it's a corner kick for Yasmin. From Yasmin, middle of the 6, bounces off a couple heads. Cleared out. Adriana all the way back. Still possession with Brazil. Smith goes down, no call. Adriana. Dishes it wide. Antonia swerves. Shaw guarding. Adriana shoots, and actually is off of Yasmin. Another opportunity on a cross. Horan. Smith wants to go, does not have numbers. Brazil again. They are the more desperate team, and you can tell, but boy, they have come close to bringing us level at Snapdragon.
Up to 10 shots, and they are pressing. And they're bringing Dabinia onto the pitch. What talent and depth of a squad Arthur Elias has.
Smith, nice turn. Looking for Shaw. Williams off her head. Hurst crashing in. Williams shoots, tucks it in the corner. The flag's up.
We'll watch the replay here. Make the call yourself. And just by a step, indeed, she is offside. Goal not given. Brazil has life.
In more ways than one, because here come those changes. Dabinia on. Zanerato off. Bianchi on. Duda off. Those are your changes. That nearly sealed the deal for the United States, but Lynn Williams offside. What a job by Midge Purse too. Heads up play. Those two play together in Gotham, and you can tell. Smith. Purse wants another crack at one. Takes a shot herself this time, and it's high. Saved by what I assume is a Sophia Smith fan in the crowd. Williams looks ahead. Smith runs out of space. Well, we have 10 minutes to go. The United States and Brazil. If you're Brazil, how do you get the equalizer here?
Well, you've got to find a way to get the ball to Debinha at her feet and get numbers forward. You know, maybe bring Tarcian or one of the defenders making a run through the lines. Got to get numbers up.
Switching the point of attack now for Brazil. Debinha touches behind to Bianchi. 2 changes for Brazil. Tarciani reaches. Taken by Williams. United States looking to hold on so they can hoist that trophy and win the Concacaf W Gold Cup in 2024. Played long. Looking for a cross. Almost to Adriana. Gacy crashing in. Off done. It looks like Gacy was the last to touch.
You talked about 4 times in a final, Maura. 1-0 in 2000, 2004, 2-1 in overtime, 2008, 1-0 in overtime. These games are always tight with Brazil.
Gacy. Dunn in a foot race with Adriana, and she tackles it out. Crystal Dunn. Williams, strong defensive work as well. Stymies Gacy again. Debinha. Tarciani. Adriana flicks. Excuse me, Bianchi. Antonia trying to lose Sophia Smith. Tarciani played long, looking for Yasmin, and her and Fox will battle it out. Quick throw in for Brazil. Time is not on Brazil's side right now. And it is going to be a foul against the United States. A free kick coming in another really dangerous area for Brazil. Naeher building that wall. Debinha and Yasmin discussing on who's going to take this and what look they want. Can't waste any of these opportunities if you're Brazil. Albert and Dunn are there for the United States. Williams Davidson trying to defend Tarciani again through the air, always an option. A touch to Debinha. Low, Gacy! Just off.
Wow, what a beautiful ball into the box, and Gacy, oh, so creative. Gorgeous set piece, and just gets it high up on the shin, and sigh of relief from the USA defense.
Well, she was alone and had a really good chance to put that through. It would have been a tough touch, but she has been known to to hit shots like that. And it looks like the United States will make a late sub here. Casey Kruger enters. Crystal Dunn is off the pitch now. The United States, I think, just bracing themselves for what's about to come, because guarantee Brazil's coming full throttle.
And remember,
Smith tangled up. Now we get a whistle. She's the one to foul.
I wonder if fitness plays a role, since the U.S. went to 120 minutes plus PKs while Brazil has coasted through the tournament. We'll find out.
Well, that's now 45 caps for Casey Kruger. She was a sub against Canada as well. Purse whiffs on it. Just a couple minutes left between the United States and Brazil. Quick throw in, Davinia. Smith touches it behind to Albert. Williams, full speed ahead. Adriana tackles, and it's off on Williams. I believe she tripped over it. Of course, the United States trying to stall a little bit after those, see if they can slow Brazil down. Portillo, Fox, edging her out. They both tumble down. Gacy tries to barrel through Kruger.
I sat down and got a touchdown.
It's be important for the U.S. to kill this time for a 1-0 victory after giving up a late lead to Canada.
U.S. being tested down the stretch. Horan has a lone goal today. All of the finals have been one-goal games between these countries. This could be no different. The score stands. Antonia, driven back. Tarsiani, past Albert. Bianchi. Headed down by Fox. Purse. Horan clears. Kills some clock with that one. Handball.
You talk about the importance of set pieces. That Horan goal was a set piece. 45+2 in the first half.
Adriana weaves, falls, play on. Thais Yasmin up the left flank. Purse racing it back. Albert mishit. Bianchi tripped by Shaw. And a great spot for a free kick. How many times have we said that today? Brazil. It all kind of starts with Albert not totally clearing into Bianchi and Shaw out of position.
It's always that second ball, isn't it? And Brazil, if they're not the best at unbalancing defenders, I don't know who is. They're one of the best in the world.
5 minutes of stoppage time. Debinha and Yasmin again. Last time it was a quick step for Yasmin, and Debinha was the one to take it. We'll see if it's a similar situation. Now, she has a lot of texture to these. Often, we saw Duda, who's now off the pitch, nearly miss right away in this match on a similar spotted free kick. From Debinha, high.
We're all on the edge of our seat. Debinha going for that upper 90 on the left side, but doesn't quite get it on target.
Well, the fans at Snapdragon can taste victory, but not quite there. Shots are in favor of Brazil, but only one's gonna matter if this final score stands. Smith down on the pitch right now. Well, the U.S. forward being tended to. Borjas gonna have the training staff come out.
As you mentioned, 12 shots for Brazil, just 6 for the U.S. And Brazil, doesn't matter how many you have if you're unable to finish, and that has been the case today for them in the final third, unable to finish.
Well, roughly 3 minutes to go between the U.S. and Brazil. Hydration break for both countries. They can discuss how they're going to proceed too. Of course, Brazil wants Smith to hurry up off the pitch. This was when it was daylight, and Lindsey Horan in the first half headed it home.
Kissing that engagement ring.
So Smith is up and off for the United States.
The Portland Thorn star, Mara, 11 goals, 15 assists last year. Sophia Smith was an absolute menace in the NWSL last season.
Tarsiani gives it away. Albert shoots, and it's saved. Luciana has it. That would have sealed it for the United States. Sigh of relief for Brazil. Smith back on. Antonia slides, still has it. Offside. Now the bench looking on for the United States. About a minute to go. Physical, kill some clock, and that's the name of the game here for the United States. Smith wanted to go to that corner so bad. Horan, Smith over her head, still kind of stuck in that space. Player down for Brazil. It's Yasmin. Borjas. Let's check in the clock. Antonia. Adriana. Yaya. Switching the point of attack to Thais. Yasmin fakes across. Purse guards. Back post, and it's somehow out of trouble. It's Casey Kruger who jumps for it. That looked like it was going to curl in. Final push for Brazil. Everything on the line. Nothing to... Yaya. Blocked down, hangs up there, still in the midfield. Davinia flicks it up, Gacy stretching for it, top of the box, tries to take a shot, and it's Williams who pokes it out. And there's the whistle. It's official. The United States wins the 2024 Concacaf W Gold Cup. Was it not? Everybody thought it was. Kilgore was ready, the bench was ready, the fans were ready, I was ready.
But I thought it was the final whistle as well. Crazy.
So Alyssa Naeher, there you have it. It is official now. The United States wins the Concacaf W Gold Cup in 2024. "1-0 victory over Brazil. Lindsey Horan, the hero in the first half, has the lone goal. The United States responds to adversity, losing in the group stage to Mexico. It meant their road was harder. They had to play Colombia in that first quarterfinal game. They win that. They go on to take on Canada. That game goes to extra time, then to penalties. They somehow win that. And now a finale against Brazil, and the United States comes out victorious.
They stepped up when it mattered. This was a big, big win for the U.S. heading into this summer, into the Olympics. Absolutely good call, Maura. They answered the call.
Well, the U.S. has to be excited about this. Obviously, always going into these CONCACAF tournaments with really high expectations, with a target on their back, and they answer the call when it matters most. And Horan coming up absolutely huge with that header. Defense hangs on, and the United States beats Brazil for now the 4th time in a final, and another 1-goal game, so the trend continues. We're gonna hear from both sides and give out some awards in this one too.
Com Gabi Portilho. Gabi, o que você acha que acabou faltando em relação ao que a equipe conseguiu fazer, o que ia se propor e só não conseguiu talvez o gol e acaba sendo o gol dos Estados Unidos no final do primeiro tempo?
Cara, a gente fez um bom jogo. Eu estou muito orgulhosa por tudo que a gente fez nessa competição. A gente está no processo, está no caminho. O Brasil jogou muito hoje. A gente, por um erro ali, uma falha, a gente sabia que elas eram boas na bola aérea. A gente deixou acabando cruzar, deixou acabando cabecear. Mas eu estou muito orgulhosa, eu acho que a gente está no caminho. Fizemos um grande jogo, tocando a bola, envolvendo, pressionando os 90 minutos. Então o Brasil tem uma nova cara e a gente vai em busca dessas Olimpíadas aí, se Deus quiser.
E isso, antes mesmo do torneio, já se falava que era um processo a ser feito e também pensando em Olimpíadas. E no final das contas, imagino que vocês saem muito satisfeitas com o que foi o torneio como um todo, a evolução que a equipe teve jogo a jogo.
Muito satisfeita, muito orgulhosa. A gente começou devagar, foi evoluindo, foi crescendo. Cara, o que vê o Brasil fazendo o que está fazendo hoje, ficando com a bola, pressionando, jogando de um lado para o outro, não se via isso há muito tempo. Então, o Brasil vai melhorar cada vez mais. A gente fez uma grande competição, isso é só o começo. A gente vai trabalhar cada vez mais, vai melhorar no que a gente precisa, aprimorar o que a gente faz de bom e o Brasil vai vir gigante, o Brasil é diferente. Obrigada.
Okay. Lindsey, congratulations. Walk us through that moment. How important was it to find the goal before halftime, being patient and through a counter, just being able to score?
Yeah, honestly, Brazil gave us a really good game. You know, they were pressing us hard, and it was difficult to find moments to attack, and I think we needed that, and Foxy put in such a good ball. Alex heard me when I said I was back post, so she left it for me, so I give her credit as well. She gets a second assist for it. But it feels good. I think we just needed that in the moment, and the team gutted it out and grinded out that win.
There were ups and downs throughout the tournament, but you guys stayed together, battled, and now you can say you're the champions of the inaugural edition of this Gold Cup. Just what are the emotions and what does this moment mean?
Oh, it's huge. Obviously, it's the first one, so I think we're really proud to do it on home soil and get that championship. So I'm really proud of the team, and like you said, it's been a hard tournament. We've dealt with a lot of different kind of adversity and ups and downs, and so I'm really proud of the way we came out of it and getting a win at the end.
Perfect. Thank you, Lindsey. Congratulations.
All right, nice to hear from both sides, the United States and Brazil. A hard-fought battle, but it goes the United States' way. 1-0 is the final, and you can see already decked out the U.S. They are champions in the Concacaf W Gold Cup.
I mean, it's a big deal, you know. Just Lindsey Horan just said, on home soil, it's important to win, and they overcame such adversity, as you mentioned earlier. And, you know, it's important because they're heading into the She Believes Cup and then the summer and, you know, the Olympics.
Well, a lot of different players getting their moments, too, for the United States. When you go through this roster, everybody kind of had that special chance, that special opportunity to kind of showcase what they're made of. We saw Sophia Smith gain some confidence in that Canada game. I mean, Jaden Shaw just came alive this entire Gold Cup run. Sam Coffey gets some more opportunities. She becomes a starter. We see Jenna Neiswanger, too, get a goal in that quarterfinal and be a big piece for the United States. The whole theme of this roster for the U.S. was youth and kind of ushering in a new guard. And they do that while still winning. That's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And let's not forget Olivia Moultrie, who also had a brace. And, you know, it is the team in transition. And to win and be in transition is something that's important, and especially after the disappointment of the World Cup. I say they righted the ship after Mexico and onward.
We've got to celebrate everyone involved in this CONCACAF Gold Cup run, the referees, everyone that's kind of been participating and putting this on and making it go so successfully as it did. It is a long stretch, and I think everybody that participates, Brazil, the United States, all of these countries are going to be ready for their next tournament. But for those participating in the Olympics, this is very reminiscent of what it's going to be like. Short turnarounds with games, and these groups get tighter and tighter, and the competition as well. So for Brazil, even though they walk away with a loss, I think there's a lot to learn from this, and these two are going to face in the She Believes Cup and then perhaps the Olympics. Right. So we're not done this year with this battle.
The Olympics is really shaping up to be quite a tournament. 10 teams have already been decided. Brazil, Colombia, New Zealand, Spain, Germany, US, Canada, Australia, Japan. What a tournament it's going to be. And there's preparations, and the US is deep into preparing for a 5th Olympic gold medal.
Well, we're going to do some awards for this Concacaf W Gold Cup run. It's been really fun and saw some great finishes, some great games over the course of the knockout stage in particular. Mexico had a really good run. That's a Concacaf team that really needed to turn around as well, and they were able to do that and make it all the way to the semifinal. I saw Canada win all their games until they faced the United States in that kind of infamous rainy game.
The 3 penalty kick saves by Naeher and then converting. I mean, do you agree that might be the moment of the tournament? I don't know. I thought the Ovalle goal was outstanding as well for Mexico.
Yeah, I think Alyssa Naeher also walked in, and I don't think there was ever a narrative of it was Alyssa Naeher's fault that the United States lost against Sweden, but as a keeper and you give up that penalty to lose it and get knocked out of the World Cup, it stays with you, and she needed a game like that to just kind of get back into form. And you see Lindsey Horan, who's been a part of this club, this country for so long, just shining yet again.
I thought Tiana Davidson had a really good game tonight, Maura. She made some outstanding clearances off the back line late in the game.
Yeah, that was another question mark. I mean, Alana Cook's been starting a lot for the United States and was, of course, a part of that World Cup roster. Davidson was not, but Cook gets hurt and Davidson's called up, and she has a really good Gold Cup. And so there's some questions, I think some good questions of what this roster is going to look like for the United States, and she believes in World Cup, or in Olympics, excuse me. And that it's a
ceremony of the 2024 Concacaf W Gold Cup will begin.
all right. Here comes
Please
our
welcome
award ceremony.
dignitaries and members of the Concacaf football family to the stage.
And we're going to get the stage and everything prepared. Representatives from Concacaf, and you see all of that hardware, all that gold. So we've got Fair Play Award, Young Player Award, Best Goalkeeper, Top Scorer, Best Player, and of course we'll give out that championship trophy as well.
That beautiful rose gold Concacaf trophy that Lindsey Horan is about to walk towards. Gorgeous trophy.
Performance during the entire 2024 Concacaf W Gold Cup. Tonight's Fair Play Award.
Well, Horan and the United States are going to get the Fair Play Award, so that's the first one we'll give out. She'll represent the U.S.
Congratulations, USA!
We'll just add it on the shelf right next to that championship trophy. At Snapdragon. Lots of fans still seated right now because the United States won. Just hoping to celebrate with the team. Always a picture-perfect moment too when the trophy is officially hoisted.
An announced crowd of 30,000 people at Snapdragon. Love to see it.
Here comes Brazil, of course, the runners-up in the Concacaf W Gold Cup. It doesn't feel good for them. This is a country that's used to winning, but they come in to a Concacaf tournament, and boy, they do a lot of damage heading into this game. Of course, a CONMEBOL invitee, won Copa America in 2022, and this is a team we haven't heard the last from, I think.
No question. I mean, on the stat sheet, they had more shots, more possession. It was one set-piece goal by the U.S., and so they can hold their heads high without question. One of the few teams that has been to every Olympics, every World Cup, and they remain so.
We are ready to recognize the first ever Concacaf W Gold Cup champions, Team USA!
So there you have it, the United States' first ever Concacaf W Gold Cup champions. Alyssa Naeher leads the charge.
More, you know it's going to feel so good when they hoist it after exiting the group stage. We've talked about it all night, but this is the comeback, winning this inaugural Women's Gold Cup. And they're going to get their moment on stage, champions.
Even from the beginning with the early injuries to Alana Cook, to Mia Fischel, they have to make some changes roster-wise. Alex Morgan comes in, leads the way. Young players step up, veterans step up, and the United States finds a way to come up with another CONCACAF victory. They're still the team to beat in CONCACAF, they prove.
Mexico gave them a little shot in the arm, defeating them in the group stage 2-0. And the USA did bounce back.
Well, the best teams find a way to do so. Eager to get that trophy and officially celebrate the United States. Horan will be the last to go, and we'll get that trophy.
the captain of Team USA to the stage, Lindsey Horan.
And here's Lindsey Horan. She's gonna get some M&M to help her out.
Fitting and deserved, the captain tonight with the goal, the game winner.
There's the trophy. Walked over to the United States. Horan on her way.
Congratulations to the Gold Cup.
Sauerbrunn, Morgan, surround. And there you have it. The United States Concacaf W Gold Cup. Well, the fans still here because the United States is going to do a little bit of a lap.
Concacaf appreciates the unconditional support of our competition sponsors. To our fans watching from home, thank you. We hope you enjoyed the inaugural Concacaf W Gold Cup. Have a good night.
Oh, what a great Gold Cup it was. The United States comes out victorious against Brazil. 1-0 is the final. Twyla Kilgore's side plays a really, really strong final match against a tough opponent in Brazil. And now that weight is lifted, and most of these players for the U.S. will start club next week. Well, here come the coaches to join the picture. Jaden Shaw, again, what a tournament with 4 goals for the United States. Full group in. Crystal Dunn coming up big for the U.S. today, getting the start after not playing for a couple of games, and strong as a fullback.
Love to see the joy, the smiles on those faces.
Well, the United States has dreams to get some more gold later this year in the Olympics.
It's an impressive Best Player award for Jaden Shaw. My goodness, the future is bright for her.
Alyssa Naeher with the best goalkeeper as well. Well, no matter how successful you get, you're still just looking for your family in the crowd. And Jaden Shaw, of course, plays here in San Diego. I'm sure has some family and friends that made the trip. Olivia Moultrie posing with some hardware with that championship trophy. And see the keeper's photo as well for the United States, Jane Campbell and Casey Murphy.
I'm sure they'll be drinking some champagne beverages out of the cup later on tonight as they deservedly enjoy the championship cup.
See the San Diego wave picture. Germa, Dahlkemper, Morgan, and Shaw. We can see the confetti sprinkled all over the pitch as we take a look at the stats here from Brazil and United States. Mentioned this, but Brazil outshot the United States in this game.
Yeah, you know what, the beautiful game, it happens that way sometimes, 12 shots to 7, but you know what? The USA had that one shot that went in, a set piece, Lindsey Horan, 45+1, and that was the result.
Take a look at the highlights from this one. United States and Brazil gearing up for Concacaf W Gold Cup final. There was the trophy, both teams coming out onto the pitch, ready to go. And this was an early look from Duda that just went a little wide.
It was gorgeous, I loved it.
Brazil had some good chances in the opening 15-ish minutes, Portillo as well. But then this from Fox, beautifully placed. Well, Horan heads it home. And she didn't know it then, but that would be the game winner. Just rising for it. Lindsey Horan is often asked to do a lot for the United States and comes up big. This looked like it was going to officially seal the deal in the second half from Williams. Purse came crashing in to help out, but offside was the call. And so it did make things a little more interesting as we went down the stretch of this game, because Brazil certainly had a chance for the equalizer. Here's a good one.
Casey, can you say Casey? Oh, that was so close, wide right, but she is so dangerous.
Really good look for Brazil. Not done yet. Get a couple more chances. That one looked like it was going to curl in. Casey Kruger, one of her only touches of the game, and it's a big one. There's a final whistle. We got a little fooled on that one, but we did get the final whistle and a celebration for the United States, Concacaf W Gold Cup champions in 2024. There's that trophy celebration, and the United States goes home happy. Well, a really fun Gold Cup run for all involved, but that's gonna do it from us here at Snapdragon Stadium. One more time, final score, United States 1, Brazil 0. United States Concacaf W Gold Cup champions in 2024. From Jamie Watson, I'm Maura Sheridan saying so long. Have a fantastic night, everyone.